Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell says that he wants to delay the start of an impeachment trial about 2 weeks. He sent out a message last night that said during this divided time in our politics, Republicans in the Senate don't want a, quote, half-baked process to short-circuit the due process that former President Trump deserves or damages the Senate or the presidency. So Rob's here with us to break down the calendar McConnell is calling for. And Rob, he's asking for a little more time than what we've seen in past times leading up to impeachment trials. What are the chances he actually gets that?
I mean, I guess that's $1 million question. We'll have to wait and see. It is important to keep in mind that these dates are basically just suggestions at this point because he's now in the minority. Ultimately, it's up to the Democrats to see how this thing goes. However, since they would need 17 Republicans in the full Senate to join them in a vote to convict former President Trump, McConnell does have some sway as the minority leader.
So here's the timeline he's suggesting. 6 days from now, on January 28th, the House managers would present the articles of impeachment to the Senate. Senators would be sworn in as jurors in the court of impeachment, and a summons would be issued to Trump. Trump would have to answer by a week later, February 4th. That's also when the House would submit its pre-trial brief, basically a summary of their arguments and evidence they plan to present. Trump's legal team would have another week to write up a pre-trial brief of their own and get that in by February 11th. Then McConnell gives the House 2 days after that to rebut whatever the former president says in his. Now, in his message to the press, McConnell acknowledges that these due dates are longer than past trials, but he says that's on the House. He says that because their impeachment process happened so fast, he thinks there should be more time given for both sides to get their arguments ready before the Senate hears them. When asked about all this, and what the House is planning to do in terms of sending over the articles of impeachment, Speaker Nancy Pelosi said this.
I'm not going to be telling you when it is going, but we had to wait for the Senate to be in session. They've now informed us they're ready to receive. The question is, are there questions about how a trial will proceed? But we are ready.
So we don't know for sure what's going to happen next or when. The ball is now in the Democrats' court. But Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says he's working with McConnell to reach an agreement here.